Greetings viewers, Eric the Car Guy here, also known as ETCG1 on this here channel. How the heck are you? I hope well. Not too long ago, I posted onto my Facebook and Twitter and Google Plus about what it feels like to actually fix something. I mean, have you ever repaired something for somebody else? And how did that make you feel? Is something to that effect. But the idea behind that question was to just sort of get a feel for not necessarily your abilities, but the feeling of taking something that's broken or in need of repair and actually being able to fix it. The first time I started doing I think I was pretty young when I started just taking things apart. I think I've been doing that from a young age, and just to see what was inside. Now, getting them back together was kind of a different story for quite some time, and there were quite a few unsuccessful attempts to reassemble something that I had already disassembled. Before I actually got to a point where I was able to remove a broken part and go back in and replace it. But I gotta tell you, just doing that just gave me a real rush for just having that ability, you know, not just having the tools to know how things come apart, but also to have a positive effect on that thing that was broken. And I wanted to gauge your experiences, you the viewers, and the people that follow me on social networks, as far as what your experiences were. And I got kind of a mixed reaction. Part of it is that a lot of you, I think, are in the same camp as myself, and that you really enjoy the feeling that you'd gotten from that. And some of you had gotten some very interesting things in exchange for your efforts. I won't go into them here. We'll say that this is a family show, but if you want to read through those comments on Facebook, go ahead. Aside from that, a lot of you brought up something about, or to the effect of appreciation, and that some of you felt that you weren't necessarily appreciated for the efforts that you'd made, and you've made someone's day or something like that. And you know, that's disconcerting to me, and that I don't know if that speaks to like a larger issue, not necessarily with you, but just maybe society as a whole. I try to stay away from getting too political here. I kind of get where you're coming from. It doesn't, and we touched a little bit about this in the management video about how it feels to be appreciated and the efforts that you make. I mean, some of you, that's what you do. You fix your friends, your neighbors, your family are constantly coming to you for things, and maybe they aren't showing you the appreciation that you feel that you should have. And I'm sorry for that. I really am. I hate to hear that, you know, your efforts are not appreciated, because let's face it, it can get complicated when you get into repairs, and there are days where you wish you were doing something else. But that was somewhat disturbing to me. But one of the things that came to mind, and one of the reasons why I had asked that question in the first place, is I'm not really sure why, but I'd been thinking about when I started out, not necessarily in a repair field, but I actually started working at a full-service gas station some years back. And I did that while I was in school to become a mechanic. So it was kind of nice to sort of have that. One of the things that we needed to do at that gas station was open every hood. This was more for sales than anything else. But in a way, it was also helpful to the drivers, because it made them aware of certain situations that they might need to be aware of. And that was like, you know, there's no oil in your engine or transmission or power steering, or you got this massive coolant leak here. Would you like to head over to our repair facility and get that checked out, kind of thing. But it gave me like a working knowledge of, you know, a bunch of different types of vehicles. Not only that, but also it gave me a lot of people experience, and a lot of experience with people in their vehicles, which I could probably do a video just on that alone. But getting more to my point, there was, I think it was like an Easter Sunday or something like that, and I was working. It was a day when nobody else was at the shop. None of the technicians were there. It was just me. I was just basically there to pump gas and keep the place open. And that was that. And I had a woman come in, and she was desperate. Get your mind out of the gutter. Her car would not start. And to me, based on her description, it sounded like she needed a battery. And she was actually just a few blocks around the corner. And it was roughly, I don't know, about an hour or so before my shift was up. And I told her, I'll tell you what, we sell batteries here. You buy the battery. After work, I'll travel over to your car, and I'll install the battery and get you on your way. Apparently, one of the reasons why she was in such duress is because she needed to be someplace like now. And I don't know if some kind of emergency or what have you, but it was quite a ways away. I was in Pittsburgh at the time. I think she had to go to Washington, D.C., so she had quite a drive ahead of her. Finished my shift, sold her the battery, went out, and installed the battery in her car, and just so happens that's what the problem was. And no sooner had I installed it and closed the hood, she was already in the car, she started the car, and she almost ran me over. I mean, she put it in drive and like drove right past me, and quite literally as she's driving past, she threw like 20 bucks or whatever it was. It might have even been 40 bucks out the window. And at the time, $40 to me was like, I don't know, I think that was like a third of my paycheck for a week. But I was pretty elated to have that, and I did feel the appreciation there. But I just felt good knowing that I had helped somebody that needed help. And that just gave me a certain feeling that I have sort of carried through all the way to this day with Eric the Car Guy. I get emails from many of you, and I see posts over at the forum and things like that, and you're coming to me thanking you for helping you out, helping you solve a particular problem, and do that same kind of thing where you need to get somewhere and you look me up on the internet, just happen to find a video that let my light go out. So you look me up on the internet, and you find a particular video, and that video applies to your situation, and you're able to use the information there to help you and get you down the road. Then you show your appreciation by sending me an email and saying, hey Eric, that was awesome. Well, I love that. I kind of live for that, because to me, that's like the ultimate. I have done something for somebody I've never met, never seen, never anything, never had any other contact with. And I love that feeling. I love knowing that I've helped that person get to where they need to go. And have had a positive effect. And that's more of what I was getting at when I asked that question on Facebook. And I got some negative feedback from some people that felt, like I said, kind of downtrodden because people hadn't appreciated the effort that they had made on their behalf. And so I guess maybe if some of you are out there that may be like that, maybe you have a family member you take your car to and they take care of you like that, give them a thanks. Let them know that they did a good job. You don't have to necessarily throw 40 bucks out the window. It doesn't hurt. But if you find yourself in that situation, show your appreciation. And a simple thank you, a simple acknowledgement that they had helped you is a really great start to all that. But I'm going to close this video out with, okay, so what are your experiences? I mean, have you been in a situation like that to where somebody needed help and you were able to help them? And that gave you that feeling of accomplishment and that feeling that, you know what, I did good today. I had a positive effect. So what gives you that feeling? And does that feeling inspire you to become, like say, maybe a repair technician, or just do more of it for maybe those friends and family members who may or may not be appreciative of your effort? So I look forward to your comments. Also in the description of this video, there will be a link to a forum discussion about it, and perhaps you can post your comments there, or you can do it below this video. I'm curious as to what your feedback is and what your experiences are. I am Eric the Car Guy. You can always find me at ericthecarguy.com, where if you have automotive questions, I would ask that you post them to the search function at the top of the page on my website. Type in a couple of keywords, just might come up with an answer. If not, feel free to sign up for our forum. It's absolutely free. All you need is an email address and reply to the confirmation email. And things will be good. Otherwise, if you just want to connect with me via social networks, I am on Google+, Facebook, and Twitter, and I will close with be safe, have fun, and of course, stay dirty. And I hope in some small way I've empowered you to do good things. Have a great day, everybody.